BIOSTAR intros A620MH or a socket AM5 motherboard based on A620A chipset. BIOSTAR introduced the A620MH Aurora, a socket AM5 micro ATX motherboard based on the AMD A620A chipset. In case you're wondering, the A620A is a revision of the A620 that's based on the same physical chip as the AS Media Promontory driving AMD B550 chipset, according to this user on the AnandTech forums. First-party documentation from AMD is sparse. The A620, without the A suffix, is based on the newer Promontory 21 silicon, and is essentially a B650 with a few features disabled. The A620A, on the other hand, is practically a B550 on the socket AM5 platform. Why this matters is that the chipset bus for the A620A, aka B550, is PCI Express 3.0x4, whereas the A620 uses PCI Express 4.0x4. The A620A appears to have the same downstream connectivity as the A620, and since even the A620 has PCI Gen 3 for its chipset attached M.2 slots, for the most part the performance difference will be negligible, unless there are other bandwidth-hungry devices connected to the chipset. On both the A620 and A620A, motherboard designers are allowed to wire add one CPU attached M.2 slot capped at PCI Express 4.0x4. The A620MH or from BIOSTAR clearly mentions the A620A chipset on the box, and so you are making an informed buying decision. The board is built in the micro ATX form factor, and draws power from a combination of 24-pin ATX and 8-pin UPS power connectors. You can only install Ryzen 7000 and 8000G series processors that have a TDP of 65W. The processor is wired to two DDR5 DIMM slots for a maximum of 96 GB of memory capacity, one M.2 slot with PCI Express 4.0x4 wiring, and a PCI Express 4.0x16 slot. There are two PCI Express 3.0x1 slots from the A620A FCH. Storage connectivity besides the M.2 Gen 4 slot includes 4 SATA 6 ports. USB connectivity includes 6 USB 3.2 Gen 1, including 2 from a header, and a handful of USB 2.0 ports. Display connectivity on the BIOSTAR A620M Aurora includes an HDMI 1.4, and eSub, VGA. The sole networking option is a 1GB wired LAN driven by a Realtek 8111 series controller. The onboard audio solution is equally basic, with a 6-channel HD audio driven by an entry-level Realtek K87. The board features a 3-pin addressable RGB LED header that supports BIOSTAR Vivid LED DJ software. Also offered are USB BIOS flashback, and diagnostic SMD LEDs. The company didn't reveal pricing,